Well, welcome to the February meeting of the Morgantown Utility Board. It's 5:30. We've got our whole board present. We've got on the phone Board Member Downs, and everybody else is here in person. So we'll go ahead and get started. First order of business is call to order. Second order, approval of minutes.
I move to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of January 13, 2026 as submitted.
I second.
All right. Any admissions, corrections, scrivener's errors? All right. Seeing none and hearing no discussion, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those against? Excellent. All right. Next up, we have the public portion. Anyone here that would like to speak, or any communications that have been sent in? All right. Seeing none, we will move down to new business. We have the MS4 management agreement.
Okay, so we've been working for some time now on outsourcing the management of our MS4 program, and we went through the process of advertising and interviewing, and Downstream Strategies was the firm that was selected, and we've negotiated a contract, and I'm going to kind of cut it off there and move over and let Rich talk about it more of what we're doing.
Yeah, so this is a program. You guys know, but it takes a lot of our time and manpower, and we've thought about this last year, and this year we put together the RFQ and went through the process. And Downstream Strategies seems like a great fit for us. They understand that program. They understand the permitting process, and we have a great working relationship with them on past projects and current projects. They assist us currently with our source water protection program as well, and so this will free up. Ken Hacker, our senior engineer, manages this, and he has managed it for the past 10 years or so. And it takes his effort and a lot of Chris Dale's time, a lot of our young engineering staff that's under Ken, a lot of their time as well. And so we're real excited to be able to get them doing other things. And so that's what this is. There'll be some collaboration here to start, and just understanding what we've done in the past, and coming up with the stormwater management program that's due here in about 4 months. We submitted an NOI. New permit came out. We submitted an NOI, and we got 160 days to submit a new stormwater management plan. And so that's what they're going to help us with, and then they're going to manage that plan for us and make sure it's all documented and be ready for any audit that would come up, and plus make sure that we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. Stormwater side.
So there's an RFQ process. How many qualifications did we receive in?
7.
And looked at the qualifications, then went and negotiated pricing from there.
We interviewed 3 firms and chose Downstream from that list. Not necessarily engineering services, but we went through that 5G process like we would engineering services.
Mm-hmm. And so this is $70,000 from February 1 through the end of the year. Is this envisioned to be an annual contract?
Yeah, I don't envision it being the same dollar amount, because there won't be a plan that they're putting together. Mm-hmm. That's probably the bulk of the work is putting that plan together. So it'll be less, but yes, it'll be an ongoing agreement with them every year. That's the plan.
I guess I asked some questions a little out of order, so I guess, do I hear a motion?
I move to approve the agreement with Downstream Strategies for the municipal separate stormwater sewer system program implementation and management at a cost of $70,000.
I'll second that motion.
All right, we've got the motion and second. Any further questions? All right. Ms. how often will your team be meeting with the downstream folks? I think, let's say after the plan's submitted. What's the management?
I would say during plan, during the plan process, we'll probably be meeting with them every other week.
Mhm.
After that, maybe quarterly. And then if we have a lot of activities too, like the household hazardous waste program, the rainbow workshops, and so when we're prepping for things like that, they're probably going to take over management of those things as well. But during the preparation of that, there'll be some meetings on a more regular basis.
Yeah, you don't foresee those activities going away, though, do you?
I don't.
What if I just dropped off a bunch of batteries?
Shocking.
Boo. All right, we've got the motion on the floor with the second. Hearing any further discussion? All right. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. Now down to old business. Office expansion and renovation and new office expansion and renovation and new shop garage.
So we actually had our regular meeting. We meet twice a month, virtually with our architect and all the subs. We had that meeting today. We've seen the outside of the building now, conceptual drawing, and I think we'll be ready to present that out to the board here probably in the next few weeks. To put that out, there's a couple of changes we've recommended to the architect, but and it looks good. And the shop garage, there's some things we are working on with the architect and his subs again on. We've got to mark up some drawings, so that's coming along. So everything is really coming together now.
Any questions? All right. Sheet Lake Wastewater Treatment Plant Upgrade Project.
So, of course, obviously we've had this deep freeze and things have really slowed down.
Yeah, I was out there dropping my daughter off. It was like -3. I didn't see any activity on the site. I'm like, what gives?
Yeah, so that's kind of been.
They could put you to work. You know?
I'm sure they could, and I'm going to shut my mouth.
As they were able to before the deep freeze hit us, they've installed piping around the various locations, electrical conduits, manholes are being installed. Work is ongoing, to the new headworks building. Form work for the north half of the base slab of the oxidation ditch number 3 is underway. Concrete placements for final clarifier are completed, and formwork removal is underway. So things were happening, and they will start back up in full swing here now that the deep freeze is past us. But these 1 degree, 0 degree mornings are making it pretty tough.
Where are we in terms of how many weeks, if any, are we behind schedule?
Yeah, that's the same question.
I don't know that we are behind schedule at this
Good.
point. We have regular progress meetings, and
Okay.
we get to see where they are. The next progress meeting will know if this deep freeze is really causing any delay or not.
Well, those of us who reside in the Cheat area are hoping everything keeps on track.
Well,
Well, we had 2+ weeks of really, really brutally cold and bad weather. Most of the last 12 months has been pretty good. I think the start off in both the last 2 falls have been pretty good on the schedule out there, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, we went through some rainy weeks there a while back, and they'll probably be due some rain days at some point. But behind schedule, we're so far out that we're not behind schedule by any means yet.
Westridge, Chaplain Hill Water and Sewer Projects.
okay, so our only active contract is the Mon River Directional Drill Waterline Project. It's kind of the same story. Contractor was stalled by the deep freeze, unable to remove shoring that they had installed, for the deep pit. So that they're working as they can, but that's has been a challenge because everything is froze up. You can't get it out of the ground. They are doing as much as they can with the ponds that they had constructed to hold water. But as the weather improves, the contractor will continue to backfill and work on setting the magmeter vault. And then, of course, our crew will coordinate with the contractor to make connection to the MUB's existing water line when they're ready. So,
Morgan's Run.
design is still going on. Staff's in contact with property owners or verifying existing utilities, moving forward with permitting, and finalizing the route.
I had a question on this earlier today. Do they already have sewer, or are they on septic out there?
Septic.
Okay, so that will remain the same as just the water line extension, correct?
Yes.
That's what I thought. Great. Star City.
Yeah, so on February 3rd, the Morgantown City Council approved the first reading of the addition of Star City's rates to Morgantown's tariff, and moving forward to the second reading of the proposal. So, if all goes well next week, Wednesday, we will be finalizing everything with Star City.
Willow Springs Phase 1A.
Yes, we've officially released the contractor to begin construction. Of course, we released them in the deep freeze, so no construction. So they will mobilize and get started now that the weather's breaking.
All right. Willow Springs Phase 1B.
Okay, well, we have received all of the necessary documents from the developer to move forward with this project. We've provided the contractor with the notice of award, and they're getting all of their paperwork together and returned back to us to start the project.
Now from old business to the general manager's report.
Yes, so Coben Creek Interceptor Replacement Phase 2. This project was advertised on February 5th and will be advertised again on the 12th. Bids will be opened on March 5th.
Do you have a deadline on stopping taking bids? Is it March?
Yes. The bids will all be due, and we will get bids on March 5th.
I just have general manager's reports without subheads.
Oh, sorry, and
That's all right.
read ahead. So the next project is the Van Voorst Sanitary Sewer Project. Thrasher design work is going on. Staff has met with Rail Trail personnel to let them know about the project. So, we're way ahead on that to get them, get on the ground floor early, as they say. We have received the last agreement from Bretwald Estates. So Thrasher is working on design and providing additional field research on the existing sewer systems in the developments. Laurel Point Tank, staff met with Thrasher past month with project meeting update. MUB's provided additional information, and they're currently in the design process for sizing and the location of the new tank. They've also begun reaching out to property owners to discuss rights of way and about acquiring additional property for the new tank.
How much additional property would be needed for the tank?
We're not sure if any is needed currently, but during the design process, the thought was, is that an option?
Okay.
So if it's an option, maybe we could, use some additional property. It's the same property to build a new tank, and then demolish the old tank and maybe give that person that property back.
Okay.
But so we're kind of trying to keep those options open. We don't know yet.
Okay.
The supervisor training we've talked about, we have everything set up. Our first training classes, we're going to hold those on March 3rd at the Erickson, I'll get it out, eventually, Alumni Center. I really want to thank Dr. Workman and all his assistants in coordinating with WVU's management department and with the Alumni Center, helping us get set up. We're going to have 38 staff members attend. I'd like to welcome the board. If you would be interested in coming over for lunch, you're more than welcome, and meet all the supervisors. So if that's something you can work in your schedule, please feel free to join us. So we're very excited about this new partnership with WVU.
Any universities have you helped anytime?
Just as a question, since I'm associated with the Chambers College, who are the faculty members who are going to be involved with the actual training?
Tom, I'm afraid I don't have their names in front of me.
Bring you under retirement.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's what, those dreams that you have where you
Yeah.
forgot you didn't prepare for something.
No wonder I couldn't sleep last night.
Christy Wood Turner.
Okay.
But I
Just
will
curious.
I will be sure to have that for the next
Oh,
meeting.
I thought maybe you had it at the top of your head.
I
Since you're a
do not.
supervisor.
I'm sorry.
And appreciate the invite. I'd love to attend on that. But that's the Morgantown Area Partnership Day at the Legislature, and I've dragged Sam Morkman into our Government Relations Committee as well. So we're kidnapping him down to Charleston that day, or maybe I can use it as an excuse not to go.
Listen, we're here to help.
Yeah.
And eat.
Well, that too. The Cheat Lake Wastewater Treatment Plant sludge tanker. So after we opened bids, we found there was a discrepancy. And so rather than trying to work through those with the different bidders, we decided to rebid. And so we thought that was cleaner and easier to do. So we've rebid the tanker.
But what's going to be the lead time, though, once a bid has been accepted? Because we've had long lead times on some of these other specialized equipment.
Tom, we don't know the exact lead time, but we are expecting it would be up to a year
Yeah, okay.
to get for all the equipment, to get the truck
Right.
assembled, and then to get the equipment, and then for the two to come together and install the equipment on the new truck.
Yeah, given that amount of lead time, you guys did the right thing just canceling the
Yeah.
one bid, because you guys could end up getting caught up in nonsense if you move forward with some discrepancies.
We are currently working over at Fayette Street. We're replacing about 320 feet of 2-inch cast iron water main that runs from Fayette Street to Spruce Street to a dead end. This line's had multiple leaks, so we thought it was best to go ahead, replace it. We think this 2 to 3 weeks, Rich, I think's of work. So
Yeah,
As long as we're there working.
yeah,
it should be a
not
couple weeks.
not pulling them off for leak repairs right now. So once we're done and out of there, and then the asphalt plants open up, we'll have a full overlay of the street. We've been in there a few times with repairs, so we want to make sure it's all nice and new.
I have a question sort of along the following lines. Do we have a inventory where we have GPS leaks and problem areas throughout the entire system so that we can establish a projected schedule over a 3 to 5 year period of time for replacement and upgrades of those lines?
Yes.
Thank you.
We do keep a running list, and of course there are times where something new will pop up
Oh, I
and
understand.
we'll move things around. But yes, we've really advanced with our GIS system. Yes, Rich.
When you replace the cast iron, what do you replace with? PVC?
PVC.
Same size.
In that case, it's
Yes.
always the same size.
It just right between the church and the what's for the farmers market there, and there's just 2 homes in the
I
back.
think there's
3.
maybe 3 or 4 services off that, so there wasn't really any call for upgrading the size. But most of the time we are upgrading size whenever we do a replacement.
And it dead ends, correct?
It did, too.
So, on Webster Avenue, we're replacing about 975 feet of 2-inch cast iron water main between Webster and Mingo and Grand Streets. We've had multiple leaks there as well. And so this is also part of what we like to call the city paving. So we want to get in there and get our lawn replaced before the city starts their summer paving program. Because the city manager gets really angry when we go in and start digging up new asphalt. But
I think the city manager gets angry out of the phone calls they get from citizens. They get real angry that their nice new road gets dug out.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Having worked for a mayor, yes.
We think that'll be about 3 weeks. But again, it's if we can keep them on the job and not have to pull them off to help with a leak somewhere.
This is one where we've upgraded the size. So it's going from 2 to 4, I believe.
This one's going to be upgraded.
And lastly, is Chip on the line? Chip's, Chip?
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn this over to you to talk about our cybersecurity grant that we have received.
Well, I am very happy to report that Schmuck is $117,000 in state and local cybersecurity grant. We completed a grant back in April of 2025, and it's going to come at a better time. We are starting to revamp some of the data hardware and software at the wastewater plant. And this just fits right into what this grant wants to use the money on, because our servers are outdated, the software that we have on them aren't up to date. And this will just want our purpose of updating the wastewater plant. But as you know, we use audit for our cyber security software that we're using. It alone is $70,000. So this came at a great time. We are really excited about getting this money.
Yeah, wonderful news. And who is the awarding agency?
It is.
Homeland Security.
It is state and local cybersecurity, and it says the federal amount in sovereign work comes to about $94,000. The federal amount level, and the rest of the state.
That's fantastic.
Chip and his team did a wonderful job putting this application together, and we've been doing a lot with cybersecurity. We've been working directly with WVU and their staff. I mean, it's been a terrific partnership.
I just want to commend both on the cast iron pipes and the cybersecurity stuff. I just want to commend the staff for being proactive and just continually making the system more resilient for the communities we serve. So, kudos.
Thank you.
On that note, we've got the board member issues and discussions, and I'd just like to echo that point and talk about the last couple weeks. I'm sure that as happy as most people are to see 60-something in there on the thermometers today, the on-call MUB staff has to be the most overjoyed, having gone through the last couple weeks of consistent negative temperatures. Mike, did you say you had numbers of call-outs, or Richard, you had numbers of call-outs here in the last couple of weeks?
We've had, I think, around 200 reports of no water.
Mike, we had 333 call-outs from folks without any water over the past 4 weeks. 150 of them were frozen meters. The rest were on the other side, were on the other side. Our guys have been, they've been a long hours to help our customers out. I'd like to give a shout out to Ed's crew. They've done a great job keeping people in water.
Yeah, on that first day we had the deep freeze. I saw a friend on Facebook posting that they woke up, had no water, went and checked their pipes and saw nothing inside the house, and called down to MUB in very, very short order. You guys were there and fixed the frozen meter, and that was And I think that's something that folks may not know is something that can happen. I remember on a negative 12 day in Indiana, our city hall had a frozen gas meter, which was something I really didn't know could happen. But I guess it makes sense. It's water is in those pipes too. But to have done all you guys have been doing the last few weeks is just really spectacular. And I know people greatly appreciate that.
I agree. I was going to make comments that the MUB staff has gone well beyond the call of duty in making sure that the system continues to operate efficiently and under the most adverse conditions. They should be commended.
They do a wonderful job.
I think it's worth maybe saying again that, with respect to frozen meters, a couple ways you can prevent that from happening is run a little bit of water all the time, and you don't have to run much, just a little bit, and don't take the water meter lids off, because when you do that, you may be looking around to see if it's frozen, but it lets all that cold air in there, and it's certainly going to freeze if that happens. So don't uncover it with snow. Leave it on there. Don't leave the meter pit lid on there. Call them up if you have a question about it.
Good. You guys have, I think early on we had at least 1 or 2 water line breaks too, in addition. Is that right?
Oh, yes.
Yes, we have.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that's the cold's bad enough. Mix water on top of it. That's
This 60-degree day is nice, but not for water pipes.
no, a little too much of a swing.
Freeze and
Those
thaw.
big changes real quick are tough.
And it's just like winter of 77. Cold, snowy, and
Any other board member issues of discussion? All right. Well, then
I move to convene an executive session of the Board of Directors under the provisions of West Virginia Code Section 6-9A-4B and 12 to discuss confidential matters which are exempt from disclosure under the West Virginia Freedom of Information Act, and to adjourn the meeting immediately upon the conclusion of the executive session.
I second that motion.
all right. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.